Do me a favor, look at your TV. Now back to me, now back to the TV. Back to me. What do we have in common? We're both slow. Now, I have an issue with my TV. It's a bit, as I said, slow. Unfortunately, the UI can be slow, as well as YouTube, and YouTube can also crash. Netflix is alright, but I don't got no Disney Plus. I need Disney Plus because I need to watch, I don't know, Marvel for the 1500th time. Now, I need a solution. Thankfully, I got 3. Yes, I came up with 3 ideas. How original. The first one, of course, being the Raspberry Pi. One thing about my Raspberry Pi, though, is it's the 1 gig model. Now, the problem with 1 gig, the 1 gig is very slow. So I don't know how this is going to compare when I put Lineage OS and Android TV on it. Now, I could have gone with Kudo, or I could have gone with something else. But I didn't like the way Kudo works with YouTube, because, I need YouTube, and I don't want something worse than this already. So I decided that, Lineage OS would be the best for this. But I don't think it's going to work as good, because, slow. All I have to do now is put Lineage OS on this and see how it works.
Hey, you.
No! Alright, first off, we're gonna thank Triple M here. I didn't know what to do, so I just watched one of his videos and boom, and now we put export and everything. Now we're just gonna need 2 files. First one here is the Android TV. How to play Android 9 runs better. Now we got the OS, and now we got the apps, and then we got to use Blade and Etcher. All you have to do for Blade and Etcher is choose from a file, select your target, and then hit flash. But I've already done it, so I'm not gonna do it again because it took a painstakingly 5 minutes. And I present to you my science project, Lineage OS. 1 gig did struggle to go ahead and set it up, but it worked. And I think it's going to be the best software. There's going to be no hiccups, no nothing. Smooth sailing from here on out. I got OpenGA apps installed. It only took me 5 tries because my brain did a oopsie, doopsie, whoopsie. But that leads into my second issue. I'm stuck in this menu like I'm stuck in prison. 10 dead, 20 injured. Now I need to figure out what to do with this. This shit doesn't want to fucking work, huh? You want to show it doesn't work? I'll take that. I hope you liked that bit because I broke my guitar for that. I hope you enjoyed that part as much as I did, because now I have a broken guitar and a non-functional TV still. The second idea, as you see here, we've got parts. Now this parts build a computer. This computer we're going to use as a media center. So let's get it built with movie magic. And would you look at that? It worked. Now we have to go ahead and find where the PC is. Now if I'd assume I dragged all the parts from out there. So let's just see. Oh, would you look at that? Built already, plugged in everything. Just gonna see if it works now. Would you look at that too? It works. Though the CPU fan isn't spinning. Okay. There we go. Look at that. We got the fan for the GPU installed right here. The CPU, the RAM, the power supply, and the GPU. Now we just need to load it up and see what the specs are. Alright, look, and we have an error message. Great, just like everything. Let's see here. Too long didn't read. We're gonna have to now fix this shit. Alright, after some sucking blow with the RAM slots and going ahead and getting to work, we have a second issue. Automatic repair. For some reason, the PC did not start correctly. Don't worry computer, you're not the second thing to not start. Looking at you. And as you see, we've loaded into Windows. Now, we just gotta see what the specs are. We've loaded into Windows now. Pre-installed with Steam and 2 games and a nice looking background. Don't know how it got there, but hey look, movie magic does its wonders. All we now need to see is go into the task manager and see what operating system we're running. We're rocking an Intel Pentium 3 GHz. These were rocking 16 gigs of DDR3 and the speed of 1333 megahertz. Now all we have to do is install the graphics driver because there isn't a graphics card in this menu here. Now I've connected it to Wi-Fi, but I think the only issue now that we're going to have is Windows Update trying to update every 2 seconds. First we need to go to NVIDIA. Click product type. Now we have to go ahead and select what our GPU is. Now, I know people aren't really lucky in this current times to have the graphics card I have. You know, it is what it is. Now it's time to install the drivers. As you can see, it's just loading. A little bit more loading. And would you look at that? We need a run. Okay, now we need a run. And now we wait. And wow, look, NVIDIA isn't finished installing. So let's really see this RTX 2030 and what its performance is like. Oh. Oh no. That's no problem. We can just go ahead and see how YouTube performs. Alright, as you can see, YouTube has loaded in. All we have to do now is do a 4K test. Alright, we're playing at 4K, 20 FPS. Look at that go. Look at those frame drops. Oh, beautiful. But look how it runs. I think that's perfect for ample viewing. It was not good ample viewing. Let me explain something to you. Windows uses something called Windows Desktop Manager. Now, Desktop Manager wants to be a fat fuck and take up most of the resources when playing a desktop video. I got it to work somehow, but now it doesn't play 4K video. As you can see, it's pretty late right now, and I'm tired as hell. Ever get dementia and all of a sudden you forget, and then it's 3 days later and you're trying to fix this at 1 in the morning? Except it isn't 1 a.m. and it just is in your head because you're fucking tired. Tired from this bullshit. And now you can see the video is working right behind me. Now you're probably wondering, how did I do this and how did it beat Desktop Window Manager? I didn't. In fact, if I had to go ahead and put this PC into a competition, I'm pretty sure I would fail the steroids test. Now you're probably wondering, what did I do to it? Now, as we can see, we have MSI Afterburner open up. We've gone ahead and we pumped it with a bunch of big steroids. And now it can compete with the big boy graphics cards. Now, there is one problem to this. Look at Linus's funny face here. It's lagging when I move the mouse, but don't touch anything and speeds right back up. I think that is the best and winning solution. We see Linus's happy face and we get to watch video. Because what I'm gonna do, be touching this mouse while playing YouTube? The answer was no. Now there is disadvantages to overclocking, but that won't happen. Well, of course, unless now, if you enjoyed this type of content, consider liking, subscribing, and even commenting. Now, I've got some sorrows to borrow.